Hi friends and welcome. Today we are here to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 6 episode 6 called All the Way. I feel like we're going all the way into season 6 right now. It feels kind of weird that we're already in episode 6, but I'm gonna try and like leave that breakdown for another moment. Okay, all the way. You see, I would hope that like after thinking about this episode and this title that maybe I would have come up with a different prediction, but I feel like seeing the title All the Way just like still reminds me of Buffy and Spike, and I can't seem to get like another interpretation of this title. I guess a part of it could have been going all the way in regards to like the whole trio storyline. We could go all the way with that, you know, so it could be like a monster all the way instead of like a character all the way, if that makes sense. But I don't think we're there with the trio. I'm just not sure that they would go all the way with anything right now. I feel like they're still kind of building themselves up. So I guess my mind just goes back to Buffy and Spike. I feel like they just had so much tension the last episode. Just like, there was just so much angst and so much tension that like I'm genuinely kind of already ready for it, you know? I've been aware of Buffy from the beginning of the show. And so I've obviously been waiting. And then now it's like kind of just dawning on me right now that we are already like getting into season 6 and they're not even together. I mean, come on guys, we only have like one season and I'm not gonna do math, but like, you know, half a season or whatever. I mean, we're not halfway, whatever, like 3/4 of a season and another season, but that just doesn't feel like enough. So I'm gonna need them to like hurry up and just get together already. Because what I'm fearful of is that they're going to keep this like will they, won't they until like literally the last episode. You know what I mean? Because it feels like something Buffy-ish, that so much of Buffy would be about the angst and about their relationship before being together. I'm starting to get the vibe that maybe that's where they're going with that relationship. But anyways, I really want more scenes with them. That was very serotonin inducing. I mean, am I still bummed out about the whole Angel thing? Especially after seeing the Angel episode and seeing Angel say the exact same thing. Yes, I am, but it's fine. I'm gonna focus on things that give me the serotonin, like Buffy and Spike, and I'm very excited. Usually I'll like rewatch the previous episode, and then I will sit down and I'll come up with notes, except this week I was a little bit of a slacker. I did not have the time to actually rewatch the previous episode, so I feel so bad because this is the first time in so long that I haven't actually rewatched the previous episode before I come in here and record the new one. I'm kind of bummed because it's just like become a part of my routine and I've really been enjoying it. So I guess this means like a short intro for you guys, so I'm sure everybody's thankful for that. But it also means my thoughts are a little bit more all over the place than usual. But we focused on the trio for the last like 2 episodes and they've been really fun. I've really been enjoying them. I feel like they're all like, it's just such a genius idea to bring them all together. But I wonder if we're gonna take like an episode away from them right now, just because I don't know, man. Like I read All the Way and I just see Buffy. Like I cannot see anything else. But I also feel like we've been focusing on them so much for the last 2 episodes that like if they really are the big bads, I feel like this is the moment where we would like take some time away from them, because I feel like they just like had their episode in the last episode. So now I feel like we need to take some time away from them so that they can like have some time to like make their gadgets better and like, you know, work on their big bad stuff, and then we'll come back to them. So I'm not sure we're gonna see them this episode. I feel like it might be an episode more of just character stories, Buffy and Spike, and potentially some Giles. I mean, Giles, we need to have a talk, my man. I need to know what your plans are. I just need us to like sit down, talk it over. Please, I'm like worried about you. I don't want him to leave, and I just need that discussion to happen, because I feel like when he was giving Buffy the money, there was just like, there was an unspoken look where like, we need to speak about that look, my man. We need to. So, yeah. I feel like those are mostly my thoughts. They're very overwhelming thoughts, but I think that was pretty much them. So I guess I'm like excited to watch and see what they're gonna do, see who's gonna go all the way, and see if Giles is gonna stay in the story. He will. It's fine. He will. I am manifesting the hell out of it. We should head into the episode. I thank you all so much for watching this with me, and I hope you enjoy. Oh!
Everything on this table's half off, including the table. Buy one eyeball, get the second one.
Oh, nice!
Arr, careful!
for me, mateys.
Real pirates live on boats and don't look stupid.
Ah, a salty suave.
Where's your costume?
Like I'm 6 years old? Halloween's so lame.
But you get to dress up and play games. Xander's gonna teach me a new one after work called Shiver Me Timbers. Ever play?
Dawn, Willow could use some help in magical texts.
Come on, Tara, you're not dressing up either?
If I see one more idiot that thinks witches are all hairy moles and rotten teeth.
Excuse me, do you have any candy corn?
Oh, look at you. You are just the cutest thing.
I thought you said...
I know, but look, with the hat and the wart.
So cute. Don't touch it.
Buffy.
Oh! Bell. Neck. Look into it.
Come with a nice leather collar, does it?
What are you doing lurking down here?
Well, I was going to pay for it. I mean, no. I was going to nick it, because that's what I do. I go where I please and I take what I want. And what's your excuse anyway? I thought you had it to the brim with customer disservice.
Where's the mandrake root? I should stay. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. It's not like I don't already have plans.
Oh my god, I thought they were gonna kiss.
So much easier to talk to when he wanted to kill me.
Wow. I
sent him over to Charmed Objects. With any luck, he'll pick the wrong one and end up in an alternative dimension inhabited by a 50-foot Giles that squishes annoying teeny pirates.
Spike had a really good idea. You know, maybe I should patrol.
It's Halloween. It's the one time of the year that supernatural threats give it a well-deserved rest, as should you.
Yeah, what about costumes that take over your personality? Or wee little Irish fear demon thingies?
Okay, what's gonna happen this time? Oh. Mr. Witch, sir?
Happy Halloween. Give you something special this year.
Okay, this is so cool. I'm so happy we're actually getting a Halloween episode. I have no idea what he can do, but I'm so excited. I feel like Halloween episodes are just so freaking fun. I love it. And bro, that Buffy and Spike scene, I know that like in my last episode I made a prediction. I think that they were gonna kiss within the next like 3 episodes. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna say that Buffy and Spike are either going to kiss this episode. I'm gonna stick to that. I really feel like they have to. Come on, like the tension. I can't. They're fully gonna have to make out this episode. Next episode at the latest, but I'm really getting vibes from this one, but we'll see. I mean, he was like fully checking her out, and she was like not okay with it as we would have imagined, so we shall see. But oh my god, I'm so excited. This episode's gonna be so good. Okay, let's continue.
Or I could whip up a jaunty self-cleaning incantation. It'll
Oh,
be like
yeah.
meditation.
We all know how splendidly that turned out for Mickey.
You do this every night?
I'm gonna marry that girl.
Stop!
What? She's 15 and my sister, so don't eat. Oh.
There's something Anya and I want to tell you.
Now?
Now. We're getting married.
I thought you were waiting for the right moment.
I did.
They're so cute.
Maybe we'll even have time to decorate for the next one. Wait. Kazaritate Tanley.
Oh. Damn. Bro.
This is so much better than the way it usually looks. Thank you.
Oh fuck, Giles and Tara are not having it.
Why use magic when you can do something naturally? Well, you can fight monsters naturally. Sticks and stones. Don't recommend it though. Why are you being like this? This isn't about me.
fight.
This is so about you. Willow, I just wish that you would stop and think about what you're... Sorry. It's okay. We're done.
Ah, don't say that. Even out of context, that just, no. Don't say that.
You're getting married. Ew.
Me? joking.
I was only out of commission for 3 months. How many other things have changed since I've been away?
Oh, I got a tattoo.
Over my dead body. The kind that doesn't come back.
It's 4 blocks away. I'll walk straight over. Not like I'm gonna be roaming the streets.
Oh God. Dawn, what the hell are you doing? That is sketchy.
Hello?
Aw, she's just like big sister.
I thought...
Hey, Summers. Did you get over the wall okay?
Oh.
Yeah,
I
my
know
sister
that
thinks I'm
actress.
staying at your house. So where are we meeting?
The park. That's where all the monsters gather on Halloween.
Okay, isn't that Joan, like from Joan of Arcadia, the show I've been doing reactions to? That's weird. Didn't expect this.
Zach, this is my friend Dawn I was telling you about.
Hello. Hey, Justin.
I know. I've seen you around at a couple of parties.
Oh, Dawn.
Alone at last.
So, what do you guys want to do?
Dawn, please God, no. He's like 30. Please, no.
What about going all the way? You think that, the moon and the stars look lovely tonight?
Please, no.
Anya is a wonderful former vengeance demon. I'm sure you'll spend many years of non-hell dimensional bliss. You might think about a down payment on a house.
Like the kind you live in?
No rush.
Giles, are you trying to freak him out?
Lay off, man. If she doesn't want to...
I'll do it.
Go, Dawn.
Look, you don't have to do this.
It's okay. I want to.
Don't. Oh.
Shouldn't ought to mess with those. Sometimes they bite.
Get away from her. Don't make me go kung fu on you, man.
Come on inside, kids. Got something special for you.
Oh, no.
Daddy's got a treat.
No. We are so not going in there. Dawn, tell them.
Listen, at least if he, like, does something to them, like a spell or something, at least Dawn's not gonna fuck the 30-year-old, so I'm fine with whatever he wants to do.
Time for the treats. Who wants to help Daddy in the kitchen?
Why does he keep calling them daddy?
Boo.
Oh, fuck! Bro.
That guy was rank. Bet a spritz of Dawn will wash that right out. So what do you think? Lunchables? Or should we go all the way and turn them?
Oh, fuck, he's also a vampire? What?
I mean, mortal life being so short, we gotta cram in as much marital bliss as we can before we wither and die. I mean, there's just so much to consider, though. I mean, planning the wedding and new cars, house and babies. I mean, you have to plan for babies, otherwise they'll just run roughshod over your entire existence. I mean, I'm the luckiest ex-demon in the world. I mean, to be able to find the one person in all dimensions that I was meant to be with and have everything work out exactly as I dreamed. I mean, how often does the universe allow that to happen?
I'm gonna take Spike up on that offer to patrol. Gotta be something out there cruising for a smackdown.
She is going to make out with Spike. I am writing it into existence right now.
So begins her life of crime.
You're a little late. I steal all the time.
Really?
Totally. I haven't paid for lipstick since forever.
This hurts so much, especially knowing that she was just with Angel. This scene...
Apparently, Janice said that she was staying here the night.
Ah, dipping into the classics. You gotta respect that.
Is Buffy still outside?
No, she was getting antsy. She went to go find Spike.
What are you, Superman?
No, but I do have a few special powers. I just want to taste you.
I'm so scared.
Oh my God. That was your first.
What? No.
It was. That was your first kiss.
Hey, expert here. Okay. It was my first kiss I know, I suck. My lips are dry and my tongue's all horrible and sticky, and I'm pretty sure I drooled on you. So just please tell me how awful it was.
It's where I'd be if I were 15 and on the lam.
Really?
Well, not me at 15, because hello, spaz.
You?
Yeah, hard to believe such a hot mama yama came from humble, geek-infested roots.
Infested roots trying to turn me on?
I have to try now.
Oh my god, I love them.
Many fade to one.
What are you doing, Will?
I'm just gonna clear the crowd. I'll just shift everyone who isn't a 15-year-old girl into an alternate dimension.
What?
What?
No, it'll be for like a fraction of a second.
What?
What if something went wrong?
Well, it won't.
But what would Giles say?
You two have been talking about me behind my back.
No, God.
You know how that makes me feel?
Willow, you are using too much magic. What do you want me to do? Just sit back and keep my mouth shut?
Well, that'd be a good start.
If I didn't love you so damn much, I would. To Callum.
Don, this motherfucker's gonna bite you. I'm too stressed for this right now. Oh.
Get your gear together. We need to...
You know, in civilized cultures, that's called trespassing.
Good thing you're uncivilized.
Oh! There's not even anything for him to trip there.
That jerk bit me.
Like you weren't asking for it.
I feel certain she wasn't.
What do you know about a grandpa? Quite a bit, actually.
Oh! Damn, Giles. Oh. Not working out super great, but it's okay. Come on, Giles. Holy, yeah!
Dude, that sucks.
Good job, Giles.
There's something special about you. I knew it the first time I saw you.
Don't fall for the vampire, Donnie. We've been there. We've done that.
It only hurt for a second.
I bet you say that to all the girls.
Giles?
Now, you have a choice, son. We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hot.
That's not Buffy.
So, this a private game, or can anyone join in?
Dawn, are you... Were you parking? With a vamp?
I didn't know he was dead.
Living dead.
Shut up.
How could you not know?
I just met him.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, so you were parking in the woods with the boy you just met.
Oh, like you've never fallen for a vampire?
That was different.
It always is when it's you.
Excuse me. Can we fight now?
Oh my god.
Trick or treat.
I thought you really liked me.
I do. And you like me too.
I do.
Oh. Ma'am.
Where do we order obscenely muscular male strippers?
Anya.
I'm kidding, jeez.
I guess I should bugger off. Something about big bads not venturing far from the crypts on Halloween.
I think I'm gonna turn in. Good night.
Tara.
Don't fight.
We can't ignore this kind of behavior. Something needs to be done before it spins out of control.
You're right. I'm glad you're here to take care of it. Don't be too hard on her, okay?
Oh. It's so fitting though, because he's the one who gave this like speeches to her, sort of, in a way.
Well, what do you want me to do? Reverse time and take it back? Because I could probably... Joke. I don't
You
think
could
I
reverse
You know what?
time?
Can we not do this now? I'm tired.
Forget.
No, Willow, you did not. Oh, that's... Fuck, Willow.
This is how every day should always end and start. And all the stuff in the middle.
So, you're not mad?
About what?
Oh, Willow, that's kind of fucked up. I was trying so hard to defend Willow. I really was. But this crosses a line, and I know it crosses a line, but I didn't want it to cross a line. She didn't have to cross the line. Fuck. I mean, oh, this is frustrating. This is really frustrating. I mean, I feel like I could understand the one for the decorations. I could understand her, like, you know, because really, what's that gonna do? But then I feel like the one where she starts messing with putting people in an alternative universe for a millisecond or whatever, that one got dicey. And then this one in the end, this one's like, Willow, you can't just do that. You can't do that. Poor Tara. This is, okay. I see where we're going with the storyline, though, because I think we had talked about this, how I thought that they were going to take Willow down a dark route, because I feel like I had heard of that. I feel like this is the beginning of, I mean, I feel like maybe the beginning has happened a little while ago, but I was like probably trying to ignore it a little because I just love Willow so much, and it's like, why am I gonna worry about that until like it's actually happening? Well, I feel like it's actually happening. I feel like Willow, you know, messing with Tara's memories is just so mean. Also, Willow, haven't we seen the end of season 5? People have already messed with Tara's brain, and where did that take us? We've already, don't do that to Tara. Oh my god. And the worst part is, like, they had such cute scenes this episode. Their new network is like UPN, right? I think you guys told me. God bless them for letting them kiss so much. It's so refreshing. But anyways, like they had such, you know, cute moments, like they were holding hands in a couple moments, just like, I don't know. And then this part of it, just like, you know, and even this end, which is like adorable, and I still want to enjoy it because I love scenes of them just, you know, talking or whatever, but then it's sort of all ruined because you know that like what it took to get there is bad, you know. It's Willow messing with stuff that she shouldn't be messing. I understood where a lot of her feelings were coming from, though, and that's what's like bugging me about this, is that like I kind of totally get where she's coming from. I mean, if she can do these things, why shouldn't she? I feel like this last one, I can make no excuses, but like, you know, if she has an easier way to find Dawn that would help them, I guess like why not use it? But at the same time, I know that she shouldn't put people in danger, but I kind of see her perspective throughout it. You know, I don't think that she's just like doing spells just for the sake of it. She's just like, you know, trying to get things done in a better, more efficient, like quicker way. And I feel like that part of it I could understand. Oh, Willow, what is she gonna do, man? I feel like this is just gonna keep piling up, right? I mean, I thought it was so interesting that Giles and Tara are the ones who seem to be like noticing this. Because I don't think Buffy and Xander have made any indications sort of like of being aware of this happening. Tara, because in a way I feel like she's probably the closest one to Willow at the moment. And then of course Giles, because, you know, probably his outside perspective helps, you know, from not actually being there and seeing the process of them deciding to bring back Buffy and stuff like that. You know, he sort of just sees the outcomes and the consequences, and I feel like he probably kind of knows the most. So it would make sense that these two would be the ones to do that, because I feel like they also did set up Tara as being a little bit of like a, I don't want to say worried about magic, you know, but I'm never gonna forget that like on Forever she was so freaking like sorry, I'm so overwhelmed. God damn it, Willow, why did she do it? On Forever I feel like she was really very strict about that, like her ideas on magic and like the lines that they couldn't cross. It would make sense that like this sort of lack of control and like Willow rebelling a little might, you know, sort of like drive them apart, but I don't want to drive them apart. The thing is that like this spell fixes nothing, Willow. Sure, she can't remember this one conversation, or did she make her forget everything? I mean, how much could she have forgotten? Because my interpretation of it is that she just forgot like their conversations throughout this day. But But then she would still remember that she's still worried about Willow because this is not something that has been happening just today. So I wonder if she erased all of that, like all of Tara's concern. I don't know. We're going to need to watch the next episode to find out like how much Willow messed with Tara's like memory and mind or whatever. She shouldn't do that. She shouldn't do that. Honestly, this is really mean. I don't like the idea of messing with Tara's mind. I really don't. This is bringing back too many season 5 feels. I don't want to go there again. That was too hard. I feel like this spell is just like procrastinating something that's gonna still keep happening because, you know, unless Willow was willing to change, which I don't think she is because I don't think she's acknowledging, I don't think she's understanding what they're trying to tell her, then there's no point because it's just gonna keep coming back. And I feel like that is an interesting point. The fact that, like, she really doesn't seem to understand their perspective at all. Listen, I feel like a part of me is just like, if she believes in herself, I want to believe in her too. I feel like at the moment, she still has everything under control. I feel like it's just a matter of, I don't know, because the thing is, oh God, I have so many questions. The thing is, do these tiny spells even make a difference in regards to, like, you know, she's not playing with dark magic or anything. She's doing, like, basic spells like she's done since, you know, season 2 or something. So I feel like those are fine, but I guess the problem is her resorting to magic for everything and putting people in danger. Yeah, I could see the backlash. God, I'm so conflicted about this. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I feel like I'm gonna have to watch more to find out because it's gonna be so hard to like disagree with Willow though. Because right now I'm like a little bit pissed at her, but I think I'm still like, I love her so much that I'm like, yeah, it's fine, Willow. Like, you know, I feel like everybody screws up at a certain point in their life. So if Willow wants to do that right now and she wants to be in her screw up, you know, era, I'm just gonna let her do that. I'm gonna let her do that. I can't believe how much like this, because I had so much stuff to say about this episode because it was so good. And I just went down a total Willow spiral right now because this was just such a like interesting ending. I did not think she was gonna go there. And I feel like that maybe just goes to show that maybe she's misleading us a little, you know, because we think like, oh, she would never do something like that, and then she does. So I'm kind of like, I'm wondering what's happening in Willow's mind right now. And I hope that Tara and Giles can like keep observing everything that's happening to her and, you know, hopefully talk some sense into her, or I don't know. We're gonna find out. But I feel like we should move onto other subjects. This episode was so interesting. It was so fun. Like, I love the nostalgia of it, the parallels. This was literally just everything that was happening. It's like, you know, it's like seeing Dawn as Buffy, and it was so incredibly cool because I feel like just everything about it felt so familiar, you know, and I like that they even made jokes about it, you know, and like, oh, you would never fall for a vampire, so true. Except for the 2 times before. It's fine. I just loved the like vibe of it because I love the Halloween vibe. I don't know, it's just something that we don't really have in Brazil, so I've never actually been into Halloween. I've never like celebrated or done anything for Halloween. And so I kind of love when there's like Halloween on TV shows or whatever because it always feels so American and so fun, and I've always wanted to like be a part of it. So I feel like it does make sense for, you know, similarly than Willow, for Dawn to go in a little bit of her rebel phase. I mean, she's a teenager, you know. I love I don't know what you guys call it, but when you call around, the thing that they were saying to call and say that, oh, I'm at that person's house. It's like, it's something that Willow, Xander, and Buffy did all the time in the first few seasons. So that already gave me so much of a feeling of nostalgia. You know, and if Dawn wants to have a night out, let her have a night out. You know, I was a little bit stressed because I feel like first of all, I feel like that actor was probably way too old to be making out with Dawn. I don't know. It's just like, there was something about it that felt very wrong. And then other than that, of course, there had to be something wrong with him. A freaking vampire. Oh, Dawn. Listen, following on her sister's footsteps for sure. It's interesting because it's different in the sense of Dawn doesn't really have powers, right? And she's just like a human at the moment. Oh, which by the way, I was not gonna lie, for a whole second there, I did take a beat and think, like, would they make Dawn into a vampire? Because that would be so interesting. I've been, like, a broken record about this, about saying that I would definitely be interested in them bringing in a character as a vampire, that we can follow their whole process. So, like, you know, another Spike, I want to say, but a Spike, actually, like, a Harmony was the comparison I think I've been making, of, like, being able to go through their whole process of becoming a vampire. And so for a second, I was wondering, would he bite her, and then would we maybe go down a Dawn as a vampire era? Because I feel like that would be interesting, because right now Dawn feels like too much of a muggle, I want to say. You know, she's like too normal right now. She's not a key. She's got nothing supernatural going for her. Well, I don't know, maybe that is going to be her thing, and I think that's so valid. I think it makes sense in a way, but in another way, I've always seen her gravitate a little bit towards magic, so that's where my mind has always gone to. But now I was thinking, you know, that could have been an interesting story of Dawn being turned into a vampire. So I can't say that I was like, you know, I was a little bit worried, like, for reals, you know, because I feel like sometimes you're like, oh no, they wouldn't do that. But with this show, like, a lot of things that they do have proven to me that there is no, they can't do that, you know. So I feel like nothing's off the table. I feel like there was a first time where Dawn really looked like she was just gonna let him bite her if they hadn't stopped him. And that to me was interesting, because it didn't seem like she was fighting back. It felt like she had given up. And then on that, like, last scene, it almost looked like she had given up again, but she hadn't. But the fact that she would have given up the first time, I don't know what that means. I don't know. I thought it was interesting that she wasn't really fighting him. I don't think I have an explanation for that. But I'd be curious to know people's explanation, I guess. By people, I mean, like, you guys. Let's talk about it. We have to talk about Xander and Anya. I mean, I feel kind of bad because it seems like Xander is about to go on, like, a little bit of a breakdown, but, like, it's probably fine. It was so not fine. Hi, it's me, Domi from the future. I want to pop by, like, very quickly because I don't want to add that much to this episode other than, ouch. This episode really hurts because this was the first episode I have edited since I finished the show about 2 weeks ago, which I'm still trying to process. Yes, I finished Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It feels surreal to say that or to even feel it, and I'm just denial right now. Thank you. But, you know, first of all, Anya, throughout this entire episode, every single one of her scenes hurts my heart, which sucks because all of Tara's scenes already hurt my heart, and then now having all of Anya's scenes hurt my heart too, just, like, really hurts my heart because it was such a great episode for her. And now that, like, you know, looking back on it, I feel like I see all of these Xander red flags that I was like, I'm sure it's fine. It's probably a pink flag and I'm sure it's okay. And, like, you know, I don't need to be worried about that. And I'm like, nope, they were telling me he was going to freak out. And he did. And the setups were right there. And I just chose to ignore them. So I feel like the fool. And, yeah. But I'll go back to the reaction now. For me, I feel like it's okay if he has a little bit of doubts right now and he gets a little bit overwhelmed, you know, a little bit of, like, some cold foot. Is that what you guys call it? I feel like it is, right? Cold feet. I feel like it's okay if he's doubting all of that a little because I have so much faith that he's going to, like, come back to, God, not Dawn. Sorry. Oh my God. My mind is all over the place. I have so much faith that he's going to come back to Anya anyways, that doesn't, like, scare me. I feel like it's okay for him to process the feelings that he needs to process. I feel like getting married is a really big thing. And, you know, like they were saying, it's not even marriage, but it's like a commitment for the rest of his life. And he's really young. I think this episode made it seem like he didn't think things all the way through and that he sort of proposed maybe a little bit preemptively, but I don't know. I don't think so. Like, my gut wants to say I don't think so, but the reality is that if this was a friend in real life, I think maybe I would have been like, are you sure about this? But at the same time, I feel like some people just know, and I feel like they have been dating for quite a long time. I mean, they got together in, what, season 3? The end of season 3? Yeah, they've been consistent for a while. I don't know, I love them so much that, like, I don't care. Like, let them get married. Let them do it. I don't care. Oh God, we're about to head into, like, a lot of relationship drama right now because, you know, I think Tara and Willow are definitely gonna keep fighting, which is so hard to watch, but it's fine. I think that Xander and Anya are going to eventually, there's going to be a little bit of discussion about this marriage thing. I think Xander might, like, try and back down even if he doesn't mean it, and I think they're still going to get married at the end of the day. Like I said, like eloping or something, but I do think that he might, like, take a step back to eventually get back to it. I guess the only couple that I don't think would have relationship drama right now is Buffy and Spike. I was so certain they were going to kiss this episode. I have never felt things more strongly than I did in this moment right here, right now. I was absolutely feeling it. Next episode, it is going to happen. I feel like it has to happen. It's just like, it's getting painful right now. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what happened to Buffy over the last 2 episodes, but there's something about the way that they've been interacting and looking at each other that's like, okay, you've left the friend zone. I'm not sure you're aware of it, but you have. And so I think my prediction would be that next episode, I think they might go, not necessarily all the way, but I think that they might actually take a step towards their relationship, and so I think they're gonna kiss, but we're gonna see. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I'm not gonna get them up, but they're already up, so I don't need to get them up. They're already there. I feel like it was a really different side of Dawn, I would say, because we actually got to focus on her life. Oh God, and maybe since the first time since the body. That I hate that for me. I feel like since that episode, I feel like we haven't really seen her in like a school environment or with people her age. You know, most of her storyline has been about being the key. And I do think that, like, sure, now that she's not the key, it would make sense that we get to see her and what her life has sort of like become. And so it's really good to see her interact with people outside of the squad, because I feel like you can be different people depending on who you're with. How do I explain this? Like, you're just gonna be a different person around your friends and family, is kind of what I want to say. So I feel like it's good to see her show like the different side of herself that she is with her friends, you know, and just like having fun and, you know, being the one who's not afraid to touch the pumpkin or whatever. So I feel like it's also so cute to get to see her experience, you know, her first kiss, you know, because I feel like we were a part of so many of Buffy's firsts, that it's kind of nice to be able to see that with Dawn, even though I think I felt a lot more overprotective over Dawn. I felt like Buffy. I felt like, oh, this is my child. Like, I don't want to see our child making out with somebody right now. I don't even want to think about it, you know? I needed to take off my glasses dramatically like Giles, except I don't have my glasses right now. I kind of hope that we get to see a little bit more of Dawn with her friends, you know, outside of school or maybe even in school. Even though I feel like that school is going to give me like a little bit of just, no, I can't. If you show me that art class again, I'm going to lose it. So like maybe not the school or even that bathroom, but you know, if you want to go to like maybe other environments of the school or I don't know. Now that I'm saying it, I'm getting really anxious about it. But, you know, I want to be able to see Dawn progress outside of our group. I feel like that's going to be a fun thing for her. And I'm glad that we got to explore that a little. And talking about, you know, Giles sort of having to give her the speech and stuff. Giles has been so... I love him. And I feel like he's been so especially caring. I mean, he's always caring. So maybe I shouldn't say that. But I just mean like he's had so many sweet episodes these last... so many sweet scenes. I'm getting anxious because I know where my thought is leading up to. Right now, when I was sitting down to come up with notes, I had a realization / like, I don't know, it was just like an idea that came over me that got me quite concerned. We all know Giles was not in the intro. It kind of makes me think that he's going to be leaving. And I'm really, really worried that they're actually going to kill him off. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I really wasn't, because I feel like they already went through that in Spiral, and I feel like that was already a demonstration that, like, these things you do not fuck with. But I feel like especially thinking about the adorable scene he had with Buffy and, you know, the adorable scene he had with the rest of the squad at the airport, and thinking of the adorable scene he has with Dawn in a way right now this episode. It's too much adorable scenes, and this show has traumatized me enough to know that, like, if things are going well, there's gotta be a downfall. The thing is, I don't know if I feel it. At some point, he's gonna leave season 6. And so I wonder if that would be in the form of, oh, I have to go back to England, or if that could be in the form of he's going somewhere else. I don't know. I feel like the more I say it, the more I, like, don't buy it. I think it's fine. I don't think they would kill him off. I think that would be very mean and a little bit too permanent. And I feel like even if he does leave the show, which I think he might leave for a while, I think they would probably still want to keep it open for him to come back at some point in, like, the next season or for the season finale or something like that. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to come to terms with, I'm going to enjoy Giles and I'm going to enjoy his storyline. It doesn't seem like he has the itch to leave like I thought he did, because I thought the whole thing was that he was going to come back and then he was going to immediately have to go back to England, but it doesn't seem like that's happening. So I think for right now, I'm going to get the concern of Giles off my mind, and I'm just going to take it, you know, one day at a time, one episode at a time. I'm telling you, I'm so nervous that my English has stopped working. Maybe I am a little bit worried for Giles, but it's fine. Talking about Giles immediately makes me think of Ethan, because how can Halloween not make me think of Ethan? I don't think I have that much to say about Ethan other than the fact, because I was going to say, like, oh, I wish they would have added him to this episode. But, you know, I don't think I did. I feel like this episode worked out so well. I think it's one of the... I want to say it's one of the best episodes we've seen, but at the same time, I feel like we've already seen so many good episodes of Buffy that it's like, do I want to say that? I think I might. I think this was probably one of the best episodes we've seen. Definitely one of the best ones of the season, if not the best one. Maybe second best after 603. And you know what Ethan just reminded me of right now for some reason, which is, the connection doesn't make sense, but whatever. Kind of reminds me of the trio, which we did not see at all this episode. And I feel like they're so freaking fun, but can I be honest? I don't think I miss them. Like, it's not, because I feel like sometimes with the big bads, whenever, like on previous seasons, whenever they took too much time away from the big bad and we didn't see them, I was always like, oh, where were they? Well, I do think I missed them a little. I have been curious about what they're up to, but I feel like while I was watching the episode, I did not like think about them for a single second while I was watching the episode because I was so into it. Also, this like grandpa figure from the episode, was he not evil? Is this what the episode was showing us? That he was just like a regular guy who just invited these kids for whatever he invited them for, like, I don't know, tea or something. No, he's not British, whatever, because that's just mean. I was waiting for this guy to like, you know, do a major spell and be like super evil, and it's kind of sad that like, no, I don't think he was the evil one. He just got bit by the freaking vampires, which by the way was such a good twist, because I feel like usually with vampires, I don't know, I feel like usually you can kind of tell. I'm trying to think, when was the last time that a vampire fooled us that we were like, oh my god, I can't believe you're a vampire? And I don't think that's happened to me in a really, really long time. So I think this was an amazing twist. Like, I 100% fell for it. I feel like the whole idea of having this episode focus so much on vampires themselves is very nostalgic towards Buffy. You know, we're going back to our roots. We just went back to like, you know, the basic, she's a vampire slayer, these are vampires, we're gonna slay them. And it works. I love that 6 seasons in, that still works. I just wanted to say that the one scene where Xander looks at Anya and decides that it's the perfect time when she's just like laughing and having fun is just so cute. And if you have ever seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, my other favorite show, then you probably know exactly what this scene reminds me of. And it's just like, it hits all the feels, you know, to have somebody just like exist and be themselves and to have somebody else just be so in love with the idea of that. Their relationship is genuinely becoming cuter by the moment, and I'm so into it that I just literally slapped myself. Why did I do that? It was also so cool to see Willow do so many different spells. Like, I feel like her powers not only are becoming, I hate to say it, more powerful, but also I feel like a lot more diverse. Like the things that she could do with sound and I guess memory, just like everything that she was doing, you know, decorations, that was a lot of spells for one episode, and I kind of dig that. But yeah, overall, I like it. I like that we focused a bit on Dawn, and I think the episode worked out so well. I love it. So I think we should read the title of the next episode to come up with some predictions. Okay, the next episode is... Oh, okay. Okay. The next episode is Once More with Feeling. I know this episode. I actually thought it was Once More with a Feeling, but I guess I got that wrong. But I've definitely heard of the title of this episode. I think I mentioned this in Hush, that I knew 3 episodes of Buffy, like by the title, because I just heard them. One of them was obviously Hush. The other one was The Body. And then the 3rd episode title that I have heard of is Once More with Feeling. So I think this is another one of those like big Buffy episodes. So I'm really curious now. That's gonna be fun. I was waiting for that one to show up. I think I might know a little bit of this episode. I think it's a musical. I think, but that's all I know though. I don't know why they would do that, but I guess we're gonna find out. I don't think I want to make predictions because I think I kind of just want to take it all in and observe, because I feel like from what I've heard, I think it's probably a good episode, because I feel like I only know the title of big/good episodes. So I guess we're going to see. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit more fun, like the Hush, instead of a devastating like The Body. But I'm sure we're going to be fine. And gosh, this makes me so excited, because I feel like this is an episode that I've actually been really looking forward to watching. So I guess I'm going to see you guys when I see you guys. I guess we're going to find out then. I'll try and come up with predictions for like actual plots, but I really got nothing on my brain right now. and I should probably go because I have a bus to get to Santa Barbara, so I don't want to be late. But I will see you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in once more with feeling. Hi, it's me once again. Very quickly, because I just went to edit the video for Patreon, so like I wasn't even editing it, but I skip around a few scenes to check like audio levels, and I just saw that in the beginning of the episode, Dawn steals a freaking coin. And do you know what this reminds me of? I think it was actually Forever Again. I just keep going back to that episode, so I don't know if it's on my mind because I love it so much, but I think it was in Forever. Dawn steals earrings from Tara and Willow's house, doesn't she? I feel like I remember her seeing that. And right now, she, like, in this episode, she just talked about how she's used to stealing stuff before, and, you know, she's never paid for lipstick or whatever. And I wonder if this actually is, like, some kleptomania or something. Like, is she actually stealing stuff? Or am I majorly reading into this? But I just saw her put a coin in her pocket. And I remember seeing her put earrings in her pocket, or putting earrings somewhere. And I was like, oh, we never got a payoff for that. I don't know exactly the purpose of this commentary, but I think I just wanted to point out that I saw it. Thank you.